Whoa. Before the video starts, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the section, let us know your thoughts of what's going on. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. Welcome to Straight from the Horse's Mouth, where we cut the BS and give you the truth all about sports. Once again, I'm Bryce Owen, host for Bryce Davis.
What's good?
We're back at building for another episode. First off, how are you feeling? How's your week been?
Cold, freezing,
Yeah.
awful. I'm so ready. That's probably the coldest I remember it being like in a week span in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, pretty good.
You know, one thing that happened this week that I didn't realize until I was done was I hadn't remembered the last time I started a movie and watched it from start to finish in pretty much one sitting.
Really?
I literally cannot tell you the last time I've done that. Outside of being in a movie theater, where I'm kind of forced
at the crib.
Yeah, because normally I'll pause it, stop it, do some other stuff, come back. So I watched a movie called Juror Number 2.
Okay.
I believe it's on Max. It's really cool. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
But when I got done, I was like, is this the first time I finished a movie in like God knows how long?
And just sat down and
watched
it.
And then I started thinking about my attention span. Like is it that bad?
Am I cooked?
Yeah, like is it that bad to where
I can't sit through a 1 hour movie?
Yeah, so I don't know. I was like, damn, I don't know how I felt about it. And I'm like, I feel like I definitely need to go out of my way to increase.
Right, just sit down and watch.
Yeah.
Watch something or listen to something.
Give my attention, full blown attention to it, and just let it stay for the entire time.
Right, no phone in your hand, nothing.
Nothing, Or even if it's there, learn to kind of like let that exist.
Got you.
And not be distracted by it.
Got you.
Right? Because I'm noticing like that happens with me in books too.
Yeah.
Like I'll read a book, get through a couple pages, get through a chapter, and then all of a sudden I close it.
But I feel like a book is meant to. You're supposed to do that with a book sometimes. Sometimes you read like 3 chapters. You're like, all right, cool. I got to a nice stopping point. Me earmark the book, and I'll come back in a little bit and keep going.
But I've caught myself like going through like 3-4 pages and then be like, let me just like the book be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like the book boring. It'd be good, and I'll be like, let me do something else. I'm like a gnat,
Gotcha.
So I don't know when that happened to me. I don't know when that shifted because when I was a kid,
I used to burn through books as a kid.
You had no choice. Movies, no problem.
Yep.
But I don't know I don't know social media era. I don't know. But there's definitely a noticeable shift. I noticed this. I was proud of myself.
Yeah, you should be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Yeah. So another movie here and there.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
So anyway, let's get to it.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happened this week. A lot of football things happened this
Yes.
week. First off, let's get it out the way. Congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes. One of the rare in-season quick redemptions. You know what I'm saying?
He lost to Michigan State again. It's Ryan Day, the head coach. People were wondering, is his job on the line? A lot of questions about him. All that's dead when you win a national championship.
Kind of like steamroll through the college football playoff. And just like they did the first time they had the first 4, they won again when they had the first 12. So shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes. You know what it made me think of is remember when your team, blew out the Patriots.
Yeah.
On a Monday Night Football. Y'all beat, I don't know what year it was, like 2014, 15, whenever. And y'all took a blow to y'all completely did a demolition job on the Patriots.
Yep.
And I remember everybody was going off in them. Steve Young, Trent Dilfer, it's over. Tom Brady's over the hill.
Yeah.
And then he goes on.
And they win the Super Bowl. Yep.
So
I believe that was the Falcons Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Was it
It
Falcons?
was either 2015 or 2016. If it was 2015.
It was either the Falcons Super Bowl or the Seahawks Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was one of those two.
One of those two. Yeah.
One of the birds.
One of the birds, right. They went against a lot of birds. Seahawks in a row. Seahawks, Falcons, Eagles.
Yeah.
Damn. Cardinals like, whoa, we just couldn't get our act together. This is our time.
Right.
Damn. But yeah, so shout out to them though. Shout out to Notre Dame as well.
Yeah, had a really good season as well. Mm-hmm. I think they'll be back in it again. But if the 12-team format as it is stands, I think they'll be back.
So now that we've had some time with it, first year with 12, what's your thoughts on it?
We definitely got to do a better job with those first rounds. Strength of schedule has to count more. Just who you played has to be a factor in whether you get to play in the playoff or not. Like, no offense to Boise and SMU, but your schedule was a little light compared to the big dogs, and it showed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's got to be a part of it. And I think that helps too, because now teams can't just put a bunch of cupcakes on the schedule. I got to get some big programs on the schedule to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps college football as well, because the product is viewed better. All the good teams are playing each other, and I think that would just help.
Also, and maybe if they don't fix that,
Yeah.
then at the bare minimum, it should come into factor when it comes to who receives a bye.
Yeah, facts.
Maybe okay, all right, the small school, okay, you get to make the playoff despite having a weak schedule, but you're not getting a bye as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta play.
You playing in that opening weekend.
Yep.
Right. Some of these teams didn't need a bye.
No.
We could have got you up out of the way.
Yeah, Tennessee, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm talking about the other programs.
Yeah, the other, the smaller ones.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know, the
Indiana.
other schools. Yeah, like you didn't go.
Yeah, go play.
We know, like, because if you really are good, then you'll just win.
Yeah.
But if you are who we think you are, in the words of the late great Dennis Green,
Yep.
then you'll be gone one bam.
In that first round, we don't got to worry about.
Yeah. So I think that's the fix. Like, strength of schedule needs to matter, but because I know some teams are like will struggle to get booked because some teams.
Well, because I know that
some teams will be afraid to book them.
Yeah, that's also the fact that I know some of these are like contracted games. Like, you're contracted to play some of these teams way far out,
right?
So maybe that will affect it. But I think that's another one as well. Like, if we don't think you're strong enough, you don't get a bye.
Right.
It's not happening.
But yeah, so I'm curious to see what changes are made going forward. But again,
overall, I like having more teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say no, because the 4 was getting stale. It's like, all right, like, come on now, just 4, and the rest of these are bowl games that we don't care about. I do like that.
Do you feel like, okay, so I'm used to, right, because January is almost over, and we're used to kind of like this being kind of wrapped up right around like the new year and all that. Do you feel like with the emergence of like the NFL getting really cooking in January and the playoffs starting, that it kind of took a back seat or just dragged on longer? Like, there were some games I feel like I just didn't care about. Yeah.
Well, I think 2 things happen. I think one, a lot of bowl games might get nixed just because it's like we don't have the viewership's just not showing in some of those lesser bowls. So I think that might go away. And then hopefully it just becomes, the prestige bowls are just the playoff games now, and that's what I'm hoping for.
I'm hoping that they figure out a way to make all these take place in December.
That would be nice.
Because if we could still figure out a way to have the national championship game right around the New Year, I think that's still best. So like, I don't know if they got to condense the season. I don't know. Yeah. But if we can figure out a way to have these games during the month of December and culminate around the New Year, instead of almost, because again, we're almost into February. Yeah. Like, think about this. They just had their national championship game, and the NFL is it's the Final Four. We're already picked. We already had our Final Four teams. Like, so you were nipping at their heels. So you just got to think about that kind of stuff. So I'm just curious kind of how that goes. But anyway, speaking of the NFL, last week were the divisional games. A lot of games took place on both sides. So we'll kind of start from top to bottom. Start with the NFC, getting out the way. Obviously, the rookie sensation continues. Jaden Daniels defeated America's team, or America's favorite team. A team everybody wanted to root for. Yeah. The Detroit Lions dropped 45 on a dome. Where'd you take away from the game?
To me, it felt like the Detroit Lions weren't prepared to have that bye week. I think they had a 12-man on the field penalty one point, which extended another drive for the Commanders. A lot of turnovers.
They were in the red zone, I believe.
Yeah, they were in the red zone, and that would have nixed the drive. Because I think it was a fourth.
It was like third down or fourth, something like that. But it gave them a first. Yeah,
but it gave them a first, and that I think they scored a touchdown after that. A lot of turnovers by
Goff.
By Goff, unfortunately.
And Jameson Williams.
Just it felt like they weren't prepared to come into this game and face the Commanders. It kind of felt like they were already ready for the NFC Championship game, and you got to play a team in front of you. And I don't think they did that. On the converse side, I think the Commanders were ready to play in that game. They came out, did that. Very few mistakes on their side, and Jaden Daniels looks like the truth right now. Mm-hmm. He's doing what CJ Stroud couldn't do last year, which is make it to that next round because they got bounced. The Texans got bounced by the Ravens last year in a very close game. This one, it didn't feel as close. I don't know about you, but it didn't feel as close.
I wanted Detroit.
Oh yeah,
to have the Cinderella. I wanted them to finish what they started. It sucked that they were one and done. They didn't, and it sucks that they didn't look like the Lions that we had seen all season. And Jared Goff was a redemption story. Got shipped off from
the Rams.
From the Rams
to Siberia.
Right. And to come back and knock them out of the playoffs last year and make the NFC Championship game, and they win a division this year, and hopefully they would take their next step. And it sucks that they was one and done, and now we're back to asking ourselves the same question that Sean McVay and the Rams answered for themselves, which is can you win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff? Right, we know you can win playoff games with Jared Goff.
You can win a lot of games with Jared Goff.
Right, we know you can win a division title with Jared Goff. We know you can get to a Super Bowl with Jared Goff. But can you win the big thing? Because the question is, when it's time to make the plays, when it's time to make the throws, will he make it? And for the third big spot in his career,
when he's under pressure, it doesn't feel like he can do it.
Yeah,
that's the problem. When the chips are down, it doesn't feel like he can do it.
And not even that. And well, to add to that, dog, okay, here's my thing. Pressure is something that's hard to quantify.
It is.
Right?
It is.
I don't expect you to be able to handle pressure every time. Not everybody gonna be Tom Brady.
No.
Everybody gonna be Michael Jordan or Wayne Gretzky, or even Tiger Woods, where it's like, it's tight situation, bet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, you gotta break through one time.
You have to.
You gotta give me one.
I gotta get one moment where things are a little tight and you make the right decision.
And I don't think guys understand this. All you gotta get is one.
Yeah.
That's again. We know you're not Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
We already know that.
Exactly.
You already know that.
I don't expect you to be Patrick Mahomes. I don't expect you to be Josh Allen.
I'm gonna talk to him about getting him too, because he ain't off the hook either. But one time, right? Just like Steve Young in '95. Yeah. He got the infamous quote. After they took a blowtorch to the Chargers. Yeah. He's like, get the monkey, get this monkey off my back, because he replaced Joe Montana. He couldn't win the big one, got knocked out in back-to-back NFC Championship games to the Cowboys. He finally won. And it's like a sigh of relief. Now we knew, could he do it again? Probably not, because that ain't
that's hard.
Right, Cowboys next year got right back to it. You know what I'm saying? But he got one.
Yep.
All I need you to do is one time. If Eli can do it freaking twice,
right?
You can do it once, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of guys like. That pressure just gets to them, and they just don't know what to do. And I think with Goff, it's like, bro, you have the weapons.
The answers are here.
They're there.
Yeah.
You got the running backs. You got the receivers. You had the coordinator. You got the head coach who believes in you. Just do what you've been doing this whole time.
Yeah.
That's it. And because no disrespect.
Because let's not forget, was it the Cowboys where he also threw like 6 interceptions and they came back and won that game?
I don't know if it was the Cowboys, but he definitely did that. But I don't know if it was the Cowboys though. I forget. Was it the Texans?
I mean, it was the Texans.
Yeah.
I think it was you're right. It was the Texans. The Texans. He had a terrible game, but it looked like, all right, he answered the question. All right, he can have a lot of turnovers and still help the team win.
Right, but you can't have. But it's the playoffs.
Yeah, you can't have that.
You can't have that. You can't be playing fire like that. And as we're gonna talk about the Ravens, you don't play with fire so much, it's gonna burn you in the end.
Yep.
Right. So I'm curious to see what happens from here with the Lions. We can go ahead and combine these segments right now because Ben Johnson's gone. He took the Bears job to go ahead and see what he can do with Caleb Williams and that offense. But the Lions, they're in a weird spot, losing their OC and their DC because Aaron Glenn is taking the Jets job. Yeah,
kind of what the Eagles had. What happened to the Eagles when they lost the Super Bowl?
Yes, and they struggled last year. They went on that fool's gold.
Yep.
What, 10-0?
10-0 run, and then it just fell off.
And they finally lost.
One and done in the playoffs.
I think who nixed
Buccaneers.
The Bucks beat them first?
Who beat them first?
It was the 49ers. Was it the 49ers?
Yes.
Yeah, because it was like the revenge game where before they was talking specs the whole offseason. Had Brock Purdy not got hurt in the NFC Championship, who would beat y'all, and they beat the hell out of them. I was like, okay, damn, maybe they was telling the truth. So they may have a come down.
Yeah.
They may have a come down, and I'm curious what's going to happen with that. But the Commanders, on to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Is Jaden Daniels having the best rookie season of all time?
Probably. I'm trying to think off the dome who was a rookie, had really good numbers, went into the playoffs as a wild card, and just won games that people didn't expect him to win. I don't remember any.
I can't tell you the last. You may have to go back to like one of them, like
them 60s, 70s teams.
Yeah.
Like in my
Stephen John Robbins. You know what I mean? Like them weird names. You know what I'm saying?
But probably, it said recency bias may be affecting it, but it's been really, really, really good for the Commanders. If they win a Super Bowl.
Was Kurt Warner a rookie? Does that count? Did he play in the NFL prior to that?
No, but he was NFL Europe, then he came over.
Yeah, he needs some Arena Football League. But I'm just saying, like, how does that work? Like, did he actually, like, did he actually step on an NFL field? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think Kurt Warner was listed as a rookie.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, I'm just checking.
Only because I think they were counting because he did that stint. He got drafted and did like a couple stints in Europe before he came back over.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's hurting him,
okay.
Unfortunately, in the NFL's eyes. Now, you the viewing viewers, you might disagree, but I'm stick with what the NFL says.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I did not see this coming from him.
I didn't either. Well, you know what? I didn't, but I'm reminded about something I read about Dan Campbell on The Athletic, which was how he got ready for this Commander's job. Which was he pretty much
Quinn.
Dan Quinn. You're right. Yeah, Dan Quinn. And he kind of rounded up all the people he worked with at the Falcons and asked what he could do better as the Falcons head coach. And pretty much said, like, I want to learn from my failure. So maybe we're seeing the results of that where he said, all right, this is what I didn't do well. This is what I have to do well in this second stint. And maybe it's paying off.
Mr. Matt Ryan, like, nigga, why you ain't ask that?
Yeah, after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, nigga, we could have went back. We had the same team.
We had the team to do it.
Yeah, you want to wait till after time.
Hey.
Oh, that's funny. I did not see this turnaround. Because, mind you, again, I had Sam Howell as my main fantasy quarterback last year. So I had to watch a lot of Washington. And if people think I'm crazy, look at his stats from last year for like the first 8-9 weeks. He was balling.
He was balling. Sam Howell was really,
his
really
head was in the turn. He would get sacked like a mug, but he was stats were looking good, and then just the bottom just fell out.
Yep.
So I had to watch a lot of Commanders games, and it just wasn't looking pretty. I went as far as I thought Terry McLaurin would get traded.
I did too.
They traded Jahan Dotson to the Eagles before the season started.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what's happening here? But they've been able to figure out, and here they are in the NFC Championship game for the first time in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, though, the other NFC game, the Rams played the Eagles.
Yep.
And apparently inner strength, right?
Yeah.
The book that A.J. Brown got caught reading worked. You know, it's funny. Some teams just exist and play well in chaos and turmoil.
Yeah.
And
Philadelphia might be that team.
It's definitely that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you think about everything that was happening during the season, all the spats and everything, and here they are once again in the NFC Championship game with a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I think I forgot if I was told y'all this or I forgot who I was talking to about this, but they have been probably outside of the Patriots.
Yeah.
They've definitely been the most consistent NFC team since the millennium.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of another organization in the NFC who've been just as consistent as the Eagles, right? They were consistent pretty much through the entire Andy Reid era until the end.
Yep.
And then Doug Peterson gets the Super Bowl, wins it.
Yep. Sirianni,
right, gets the Super Bowl, loses it. But their last three coaches have all gotten there.
Yeah. The only one who didn't was Chip Kelly.
I keep forgetting he had a cup of coffee with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Damn,
that was their worst.
He made the playoffs, though.
He did make the playoffs. Yeah. But that was probably their worst years with the Chip Kelly years.
Right.
And even then, like you said, made the playoffs.
Right.
But
they did have the Riley Cooper situation.
That was bad. That was bad. And a lot of coaches call him racist.
But what coach isn't, right? I'm just kidding.
But even then, like I said, Eagles are probably the best organization in the NFC throughout this millennium. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So far.
Right.
But for me, it's Saquon. It's Saquon or bust.
Man, what happens when talent gets with talent?
Yeah.
Like, dog, we'll block for you.
Yep.
You just do what you do. Yep. Don't worry about it. We hand you the ball.
Yeah.
And just do what you do.
To New York fans, I get it. You're upset he had to go, but he wasn't doing this.
He was not going to look like that with y'all.
He wasn't.
He was not going to look like that with y'all. He was going to be on the IR with y'all.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know?
Like, he just wasn't going to look like this. So, yeah, they shouldn't have given Daniel Jones the money, but you still were probably going to have to move on from Saquon anyway just because we didn't have the infrastructure to unleash him like the Eagles have.
Right.
And that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Jalen Hurts might have a banged-up knee, but as long as we got Saquon, we've got a shot. If I'm the Eagles, if I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm talking to OC. I don't care what it is. I don't care if A.J. Brown gets 2 targets. How many carries did Saquon get?
Yeah, A.J. Brown, but he better bring a couple of Dr. Seuss books.
Yeah.
With Jalen Hurts hurt, don't expect the ball too much. Get blocking, how to block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Blocking for Dummies is the book you should be reading on the sideline, dog.
Facts.
Because I will say this about the Eagles. As they face the Commanders, a team they've already played a divisional opponent, at some point, they're going to have to throw the ball.
They will. They're going
to have to throw it because if we know what Saquon is, right, he's the top 5, MVP candidate this year. Y'all know he's gonna be running the ball, so I'm assuming they're gonna stack the box, right? And, and Dan Quinn, remember he's especially the defensive side of the ball. You're gonna have to throw it.
Yep.
Now you got the weapons.
Yep.
You got the Goddard.
Yep.
Right, Brown, Smith. You got the weapons.
Yep.
Can the guy who's hurt deliver? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna come down for them though. On the other side, the Rams got a lot of decisions to make, specifically
the quarterback.
What to do. I'm not really tripping off him.
Okay.
I think he's going to retire a Ram.
Okay.
They're gonna ride that until it's done.
Okay.
Their question is just what are we gonna do with Cooper Kupp? Right? Because we got Puka, but he hurt.
Yeah.
So is this something, or this was just this season, and you're gonna go back to being fine next year? You got a good running back in Kyrie Williams.
Yep.
Your defense is young.
It's very good. And
you know what I'm saying?
It's good.
You're right. They was getting to it, right? But what are you gonna do with that second receiver? Opposite Puka Nacua. Cooper Kupp got a big contract.
Yep.
They could cut him. The thing about Cooper Kupp that I'm interested in is, and this comes down with a lot of guys, is are you bad or your stats aren't what they compare? Remember, he was the Triple Crown winner a couple years ago. Are they bad because you've lost a step, or are they bad because this guy risen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like which one is it? Is it just he stepped up and now he's getting all the targets? So like Stafford not even looking your way, he's looking at Puka first. You know what I'm saying? Or have you truly lost a step? I can't. You know what I mean?
I that's a hard one to judge as well. Is because Puka his rookie year was great,
right?
And this year,
but Cooper was out. He was out when the season started.
Yeah. And I don't know if now Puka's the featured receiver or not. I can't tell.
Well, he's definitely the number one option.
Yeah.
But is that because he's the number one option? Is that why Cooper Kupp hasn't looked like the Triple Crown winner, or has he lost a step?
I'm leaning towards more. It's because Puka has risen over. I mean, Puka, maybe it's both. Who knows? It could be both. Maybe Puka's risen and Cooper Kupp has lost a step.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm leaning toward. I'm riding Puka for right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we ain't. Yeah. Ain't he on a rookie deal too?
He's on a rookie deal, so yeah, he's my featured guy.
Right.
If I'm Stafford, if I'm McVay, if you're Cooper Kupp, that just means you're the second option, and you've got to work with being that.
That's a lot of money for a second option. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, you're not going to pay a second option that money.
That's true.
We seeing that with T. Higgins and the Bengals.
Yeah.
T. Higgins going to be on the open market. You're not going to pay a second receiver that amount of money, right? So, again, what are they going to do with him? I believe they got 2 options. Cut him or trade him.
Okay.
I don't think Cooper Kupp, unless he restructures his contract,
gets traded,
will be a LA Ram next year. That's what I believe.
Okay.
Now, what team tries to trade for him, I don't know. But I believe that he would not be. My guess is he would not be on the LA Rams next year. And if he already got if I'm Cooper Kupp, I got the championship already.
Yeah.
I need to kind of regain who I've been.
Right.
I don't think I can do that here.
So the Tyreek Hill situation.
Yeah, but
I got the ring, and I really want to be seen as the best receiver in the league, so I got to go and.
He wanted the money.
That's true.
He led the league. He led the league in like receptions and shit.
He did.
Yeah. So he
didn't
wanted the money.
He didn't lead it in yards though.
Oh god, nigga, break more tackles then, nigga. We threw you the ball. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That ain't our fault, right? You're supposed to be the fastest man on the planet. Yeah, his is just money. He just wanted more money.
True.
Because you're seeing it right now play out now. You know, like pick one, bro. You either want the money or you know,
or you want the
accolades, whatever. So, but yeah, I think Puka will be. I don't know where he'll end up, but I think he's out of there. I think he's gone.
Fair enough.
Moving on to the AFC side.
Yep.
Your team, the Kansas City Officials.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Ref ball all the way, baby.
Ref ball all the way.
We got deep pockets. You know that every Chiefs fan has like a Venmo that we all send to the refs for that game.
You know what's funny? See, the Bills fans, right, they send that money to charities.
Yeah.
Right? They want to uplift the world. Y'all send y'all to officials.
To the refs.
To bring the madness and chaos to the world, right?
Yes. If the Bills are the good, we are the evil,
right.
and we relish it.
Y'all to keep the world in black and white. I get it, you know. A bunch of Foot Locker employees over there, but it's all right. So you guys beat the Texans.
Yep.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
You know, to the shocker of nobody.
No. Maybe the Texans.
Maybe the Texans. I don't know. I mean, they weren't favorite.
No.
You know, true. You do gotta believe, but they shouldn't be shocked. Oh, we lost to the Chiefs. Damn.
Yeah.
You know, y'all was skinned by y'all chinny. And y'all barely had any receivers out there outside of Nico Collins. C.J. Stroud took a step back this year.
Yep.
Your offensive line was putrid.
Yep.
Like, what did you expect? You thought you thought your defense was a 2000 Ravens?
Yeah. Come on.
You know, like this was it for you.
Yeah.
This is it. But they did play hard.
They played hard, and I talked that with my dad. We both believed had Stephon Diggs or Tank Dell been healthy, they probably win that game.
Do they? Or do the Chiefs just decide, okay, we have to make a couple more plays to beat y'all?
There's a better chance. I'll say that.
Yeah.
There's a better chance if they have both their receivers, they might win that game.
Right.
Having only one hurts you.
Well, at least they can use it. Like they can make excuses to themselves. Like,
the refs.
We were
Tank.
hurt. We were hurt. You know, some teams just lost straight up and like, damn.
True. We'll talk about the team that just kind of lost straight up.
Yeah. Like, you know, so the Texans lose.
Yep.
Fire Bobby Slowick.
Yep.
The offensive coordinator.
Fire the O-line guy.
Fire the O-line guy. And that stunned me. Not the O-line guy. He had to go.
Yeah.
But Bobby Slowick, because I thought at the bare minimum, okay, his team was bereft of weapons.
Yep.
O-line was bad. Now he didn't pick the O-lineman.
No.
And that's not his job to tell them how to block. But you still won a playoff game for the second year in a row.
Yeah.
I thought at least that would have bought him another season.
I think it was the regression of C.J. Stroud that got him fired.
Sophomore slump. That happened.
It happens, but I think that's what got him fired. Is C.J. looked way better last year
under me,
under me, but also under you. He looked probably his worst we've seen yet, and that's worrying as an organization.
Well, give me the third try to see what was what. I was right. My bad. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I wonder? I want to know who's the first guy that came up with the phrase like sophomore slump.
That's a great.
You think
question.
it was a writer or you think it was like a player? Like
I think it was a player. I think it was a player.
Sophomore slump.
I really like the guy you saw last year. That's really me.
Yeah.
A little bit of slump, y'all. Sophomore slump.
Sophomore slump happens. It's like person who came up with the freshman 15 in college.
Yeah.
Freshman 15.
Yeah, I just gained 15 pounds. It just happens.
Yeah. You're a freshman. Right? You know what I'm saying? And sophomore year, it'll be gone. He gained the extra, 15. But I'm curious what's going to happen because if C.J. Stroud takes another step back, because again, he's not the first quarterback that we've seen come out, set the world on fire. Yep. Like, okay.
And just kind of be average.
And then just kind of, right? Like, Trevor Lawrence won a playoff game.
Yep.
And he's been slowly sliding back. So it wouldn't surprise me if the same thing happens to CJ. I'm not saying it will.
Yeah, but it could.
Hell, Jordan Love took a step back this year. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I think it's a bit of reaction.
Yeah, I think they overreacted. I think the main issue in that game was offensive line play.
Yes.
And the ability to see blitzes and pick them up.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Had they played better up front, they wouldn't have this conversation. But they didn't. Right. And they didn't play good.
Don't get me wrong. If they played better, they'd still be going home.
Yeah.
I just want that on record. I don't think there was a snowball chance. Everybody could have been healthy. I don't think Johnson could have came out of retirement.
I'm talking about the conversation about them losing their offensive coordinator.
Gotcha, yeah.
Maybe that conversation is different.
Mm-hmm.
But still, that was your weakest link. Just fix that, and then maybe we'll see.
Right.
But on my team side, we don't have to say much. Playoff football, the Chiefs just win.
Can't stand your fucking team, bro.
Chiefs just win.
Dog, where Tom Brady when you need him?
Retired. Hope he's trying to build a team with the Raiders. We'll talk about them soon.
We need him to come back out of retirement and end this. I've never thought I'd ask Tom Brady to come back and play football, but like, it's sort of like
when the hero needs the villain.
Yeah, he needs to come back and just it's like rock. Just come back.
Right.
One more like Gordon Bombay. Like just put an end to this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Finish him off for good. You know what I mean? Like do it again. Put the final knife in his back. Send Travis out to whatever Eras tour stop he can go to. It's just time, dog. But the best game.
Yep.
of the weekend was by far Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens. The MVP guys.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. Whose time is it now? Who's going to be the guy to try to knock off Patrick Mahomes and go to the Super Bowl? And it won't
be the Ravens.
It will not be the Baltimore Ravens.
Let's start with the Bills first.
Okay. Bills play Bills football.
Yeah.
Right? They don't really have, outside of Josh Allen and James Cook, they really don't have explosive weapons on the outside.
Nope.
They have good receivers. Shakur is a good receiver.
Yeah.
But they don't really have any, they don't have a Diggs or anything like that. So they're going to have to like top out the defense. So they're going to play a very methodical, we'll be getting a red zone. I'm going to take advantage. We're not going to turn the football over. And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
Right? They kind of grounded and pounded the Ravens to death. So, and that's the thing about Josh Allen, the Bills, that's different. Yeah. Right? The last couple of years, I think he felt like he had to Brett Favre his way and gunsling his way, like to get to the Super Bowl. And I think he realized from honestly probably watching you guys.
Yeah.
You know what? Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
Travis Kelce went from 20 to 50 overnight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. The offense just looks – he not throwing for 50 touchdowns. And he went back-to-back with that.
Yeah.
I just lost Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis in one offseason. What am I going to do?
Play some sound football.
If I don't give the other team any mistakes, right? If I don't turn the ball over by forcing the ball into a hole, or remember he almost tried to do some. Remember he tried. I saw it in his eyes too. I saw the old Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He was getting sacked. He looked at his teammate and that devil on his shoulder was like, throw it. You know what I'm saying?
Do it. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Come on, Josh.
Right. Toss it to him. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. He'll catch it. Nothing bad will happen, I promise you. But Josh Allen,
listen to the angel.
Let me just take this. Take this sack or whatever, take a hit or whatever, and we'll live to see another day. And I think that's the right message, which is why I'm happy they won.
Yep.
Because the way Baltimore played, they weren't going to beat you guys.
No.
You're not going to turn the ball over against your team, against the Chiefs, and expect to walk out there with a dub.
No.
Not going to happen. So them losing, I was okay with.
Yeah. Yeah. In that loss, 3 turnovers for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
And just overall, I don't know what it is about the Ravens, but they can't put together a solid game of football. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it all year. It's why they were 10-5 this year, or 11-5.
Wait, yeah. I mean, let me check.
Yeah,
but they won more than 10 games now.
Yeah, they did win more.
Remember that division came down like.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. So they had a. Let me check their record. What do you think about Mark Andrews?
Just unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. You got to catch it. Like you have to catch that ball to at least get the
12-5.
Okay, 12-5. But 5 lost games is a lot. And I remember those games too. They just did not play well.
I mean, is that a lot?
That's for a team that's supposed to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Bills got 4.
That's typical.
Bruh, nah, hell nah, bro.
I will give you 4. 5, I'm a little upset.
The Commanders got 5.
That's fair. They're playing above that though.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, 5 ain't the worst thing in the world.
It's a little concerning.
Damn, 5?
It's a little concerning.
I got 5 on it. Damn, that's tough.
I prefer if we lose, I want to at least lose 2 divisional games.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, a one-off here and a one-off there. If we lose 4.
Y'all I can't stand you. Y'all so freaking
if
spoiled, bro.
If we lose 4, I'm okay with
5 losses,
4.
dog.
5 is concerning.
Shit, dog. We only got
5 is concerning.
5 losses.
For a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl?
That's
a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl. You're happy with how they lost those 5 games.
Yeah, I don't get 12-5 is good. That's fine.
You remember those 5 games they lost? All of them they played terribly. Every last game.
Why they lost them? That's why they lost them.
I'm okay with if I'm okay with, again, being a Chiefs fan. I'm okay with close losses than a game where we didn't play like Ravens football.
Right.
That's the problem. You lost those 5 games not playing your brand of football, which is why you lost this game.
Yeah, I agree with that, but like 5 losses overall ain't bad though. What if, you know what I'm saying? That's not horrible. 5 losses isn't crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you said because y'all lost what, 1 game 2 games?
2 games.
Y'all lost 2 games.
Yeah.
But one was like the last game of the
Just last
season
game
with
of
the
the season,
backups
yeah.
in. So y'all essentially lost 1 game.
Yeah.
So, like, that's some spoiled talk right there.
I'm
like,
not saying
yo,
5 is concerning.
Yo, 2. If we would lost 3 games, I would have called Eddie Reed myself.
4. I'm okay with 4.
Yeah.
I'm okay with 4. 5 is when we're getting into suspicious territory.
So 5, you'd be like, yo, Travis Kelce, time to hang it up. That's you.
I mean, I'm ready for him to hang it up now.
Eddie, so if y'all get 6 losses next year, you'll be calling Andy Reid's job.
No.
Exactly. So 6 like the worst thing in the world.
I'm not calling for anyone's job. I'm just saying if we were expected to win the Super Bowl and how we lost 5 games this year, I don't expect you to win the Super Bowl with how you played in those 5 losses.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think about Mark Andrews and everything that went down?
It's a rough situation to be in. The fumble, that was a good defensive play. I mean, that's just the dude coming in.
Was he doing too much? Was Mark Andrews doing too much?
Nah, it's just the dude that comes in and just punches it. Like that was a good. That's kind of like a pick where it's like, damn, like that was a really good throw.
Right.
He just got it. I was just a defender who said, "Come here," punched it out.
Peanut Tillman style.
Yeah, and on the drop, he should have caught it. But things happen. I still don't think the Ravens get as far as they do without him in the season. I still think he's their second best weapon, honestly, beyond Derrick Henry and
probably, yeah.
So I'm not going to be too hard on him. That happens. It's unfortunate, but like you said, if you played like that and you played like that again, you're not getting to the Super Bowl. So, lessons learned.
It's tough, because I like Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Obviously, he didn't do the press conference thing and all that. You got to own up to it, what you did. Both of those to me were on him.
Yep.
Right? You're a receiver in open field. Keep it tight.
Yep.
Keep it tight. Don't do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was trying to do too much personally, but that's just me. And when you do too much, well, hey, you try to shake and bake, things are gonna happen. And guy punches the ball out, that's on you. Another thing that I think to make all the mistakes that they made, and for Lamar to go down the field and get the touchdown.
Yep.
Despite all of everything that happened, we're back in it. We run the right play. I call the play for you, essentially for you.
Yeah.
You're the number 1 option. I'm throwing it to you to make the play, despite you fumbling the ball.
Yep.
Right? Because I could lose faith and be like, but I'm gonna go to you. But you're Mark Andrews. You're a top. When healthy, you're probably a top 5 tight end in this league, right? I'm gonna put the ball in your. I'm gonna put the ball in your hands and figure this out. I put it on you. Yep. Right? You got to catch that, man.
You have to catch it.
And I don't think people realize what sucks about this is I like Mark Andrews, but he's not the one who's going to suffer the effects of this.
Yes,
Lamar. I mean, Minsley will. Lamar will, though. Yeah, and I hate that.
I was upset when the game was over because I knew people were going to talk about Lamar's performance as if that was the problem of why they lost that game.
I mean, he could have performed better.
He could have performed better. But this wasn't a choke job by Lamar. Mm-hmm. It was a choke job by the whole team.
Right.
Defensively, they didn't play their best game.
They were suspect defensively all year.
Yeah.
All year.
Like I said, there were just mistakes that were made. The high snap that led to the fumble, that is on Lamar. You get that high snap, you kind of corral it, and you just go down. Make sure you don't turn it over. Mm-hmm. That's it. But man, that sucks for the Ravens and for them because I feel like this was another one of those. Overall, the year that they had, the football that Lamar Jackson played, you wanted to take that to a Super Bowl. But unfortunately, this year, not.
So now we are on to the NFC and AFC championship games. So real quick, who you got?
I'm picking the Eagles.
Okay.
And, of course, my Chiefs.
Shocker.
Yeah.
So a rematch?
Rematch.
Okay. I got Buffalo.
Of course.
To the surprise of nobody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Rook.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll with the Rook. Rematch, Super Bowl rematch. Yeah. Bills, Commanders.
That'd be fun.
They had a different name last time. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll with the Rook. I'm gonna see what he do. I think they last time they played, he beat the Eagles.
That's true.
So they're familiar with one another. Again, Jalen Hurts is hurt, and even if he was healthy, I think Jaden's a better quarterback anyway.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin's on fire right now, so I'm gonna roll the dice, man. I'm gonna roll the dice. And hopefully we get I just want a different looking Super Bowl. I don't want a rematch. I do not want a rematch.
I don't want a rematch, but I want my Chiefs to be there, so I don't care.
Well, yeah, I don't think you care. Yeah.
It's 3P, baby.
But I want a Commanders Buffalo Super Bowl, and switch it up, see what see.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we mentioned earlier, there were some coaching changes that take place. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and run through them. Aaron Glenn, the former defensive coordinator for the Lions, will be the New York Jets.
Yep.
Let's start with there. The Jets were a hot mess this whole season.
100%.
Which led to the firing of Robert Saleh,
yep.
who's now back in San Francisco.
GM got fired.
GM got fired.
Joe Douglas.
And Aaron Rodgers is still there. He's still the quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's even though this Aaron Glenn hire is great, defense really
was never the problem.
Wasn't really a problem. Now once Saleh left at the bottom,
was.
it became one. And Sauce Gardner kind of has taken a step back since his rookie season. But defense wasn't the issue for real. So Aaron Glenn is coming to just kind of keep the strength stronger.
Yeah.
You're still going to have a Aaron Rodgers problem.
Yep.
And I don't really know what Aaron Glenn does to solve that. I don't know what he's going to be.
It's on the owner to admit that bringing in Aaron Rodgers was probably the wrong move.
He tried to bitch him. Clearly, he tried.
Yeah.
He clearly agree with you. Like,
Hey,
it's
on him to, even if Aaron says, I want to come back, no. Thank you for your services. Not really, but. Because you didn't do anything while you were here.
Not really. Well, okay, in his defense, again, somebody had him in fantasy. He actually played all right.
He played all right.
Like the last couple of weeks, 3, 4, he was all right.
He was all right.
You know what I'm saying? He was all right.
But if I'm trying to really adjust the culture and bring in a winning culture, I don't need Aaron Rodgers on his last 2 or 3 years here in the league. I want somebody that we can build a culture around, and it's probably not going to be Aaron.
You know how if I was Aaron Glenn, how I would treat Aaron Rodgers? How Sean Payton treated Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Which is, there's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
You have absolutely no say or power here. None. Zilch. I don't care how much Zen and mushrooms and dark rooms you do. Yeah. When you come to this facility, it's Aaron Glenn.
You better show up on time and be at the meetings.
It's
and
Aaron
all that.
Glenn's house. And you have no say. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We playing with the music. It's my car.
Yep.
We playing the music I want to listen to.
Yep.
Not what you want to listen to.
Yeah, I'm not passing the aux.
No, at all. Especially not to you.
Get your feet off the couch.
Yeah. Right. We taking all these pictures down in here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we rearranging the furniture up in here. And I think that's what I would do. I would let Aaron Rodgers know, hey, and I would let him know, you playing for your spot, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You playing. You haven't looked that great to me.
Yeah.
And I'm taking ownership of this team, and I gotta let the rest of these guys know that you're no different than them.
You are on the same level as everybody else.
Yeah. Because you've played like it.
Yep.
If you was Aaron Rodgers back in Green Bay winning all the MVPs, this would be having a different conversation. In fact, I probably wouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah.
But here I am. So now we got to figure it out.
Yep.
So that's how I would treat him. I would treat him, Jack. Now I would give him a little bit more respect. I feel like Sean Payton. I feel like Sean Payton kind of.
He did Russ dirty.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But you would still have to establish, all this going off to Egypt in the middle of the preseason.
Yeah,
not happening.
Maybe go to Vegas. That's close. You go to Egypt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Pyramids. Yeah,
maybe go to Vegas or something.
Yeah, but you got to be here otherwise.
Facts.
Just stuff like that, making it well known that everybody's on the same page. We got to all start moving as a football team as one unit to be successful.
Right.
And hopefully that's what Aaron Glenn's able to do.
And I would tell Aaron straight up, and if you're not okay with that, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know right now that you're not cool with what I just told you. Because if not, we will, in fact, because if you're not cool with that, we will move on accordingly.
Yeah.
I will bench you.
Yep, I'll bench you. We will send you home.
Coach you, whatever. But if you're not cool with that, let me know now.
Because I don't want you in my building.
Because there's no point of us doing this whole you and Pat McAfee show. You can be there permanently.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Why don't you just go ahead and
Tuesday,
show
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. You could be a guest correspondent doing whatever the hell. You be on site doing whatever you got to do. But let me know right now the way we can get this. We ain't got to wait till the.
Yeah, we're going to nix this
now.
Fast. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I still drive the quarterback.
Yeah.
I would still drive the quarterback. Despite all that, I would still draft the
even if he says I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm still drafting the quarterback.
Right, because your time could be up here real soon. So another big one. Again, we talked about it. Ben Johnson.
Yes.
The Lions offensive coordinator lost both of them. Going to the Bears. What do you think that does for the Bears, specifically Caleb Williams?
If Ben Johnson can bring in the other coaches to help him on the defensive side, I think we finally see the Caleb Williams that was promised. Mm-hmm. I do think we see that. Now, that all depends on the GM in this case now, because at this point, I'm not worried about coaches. It's the GM and whether or not he can get the coach what he needs to also help Caleb Williams at this point. But if all of those things, everything kind of meshes real nice, I'd be scared of the Bears, honestly.
And again, I think a lot of people need to remember, it's not like he had a bad rookie season.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They won 4 games in a row to start off, something like that.
Nah, I ain't won 4 games in a row. Nah. But I think he had the rare rookie season where the rest of the guys hit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Bo Nix made the playoffs.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels is still playing football.
Yeah.
Drake May even came off the bench and played really well for the Patriots. So he's in the rare, like, I'm the number 1 overall pick, but damn, everybody else hit too. So that kind of skews how people view my performance. But he played relatively well. It's just about getting just some of those things, some of those nicky-knack things out of his game. Hold the football way too long. You know, need to quick release, get it out.
Quick release,
no hero ball, none of that kind of stuff. Get the offensive line together. Be more creative with the offense. Figure out better ways to use DJ Moore. Ways to use DeAndre Swift. A guy I think he's familiar with DeAndre Swift. I'm not really entirely sure if he was there his last year there. I can't confirm that or not. Because remember, Swift went from the Lions to the Eagles. Yeah. So I wasn't sure if Ben Johnson was his OC or I feel like he was. So that's familiarity there. So because there's a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. I think they lose Keenan Allen no matter what. But again, you drafted Romo Dunze, so it shouldn't matter anyway. And the fact that a person who should be happy is Cole Kmet. Yes. Because the way he used Sam Laporta, please use me, please.
Yeah, give me that. You
know what I'm saying? Because I do think Cole Kmet is talented, but he hasn't been able to get used in the proper way. But I'm excited to see what Ben Johnson does. We never know how these offensive guru guys that we hear about, we never know how it goes, right? We think all these guys are going to be Shanahan and McVay, and it could be Adam Gase. We have no idea.
It's his ability to learn. Whatever you learn from Dan Campbell and being a head coach, that's what you got to take away from being the OC of the Lions. Mm-hmm. Whatever Dan Campbell did to make guys buy in and believe, that's what he's got to do.
And most importantly, and you just said it, you are the head coach of the Chicago Bears. You are not the offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears. Your sole job isn't just to help Caleb Williams.
It's part of it.
It's part of it, but that's not your sole job. Yep. Your job is to make sure the entire team is going in one direction, right? Yep. One band, one sound. Yep. Dan Campbell, they all on the same ecosystem. Yep. Even though Aaron Glenn was the guy on running the defense, they all still. Dan Campbell's the final guy. So there was no confusion about who was the man here.
None of this, what Eberflus did, none of these timeouts that you just got left over in the final parts of the game. None of that. Mm-hmm. You have to control the game as the head coach. He's got to do that.
You think the Bears mailed? You know how he got fired and they probably put his stuff in boxes and sent it to him. You think they mailed him those timeouts too?
Oh, I would have.
Like shit, you kept them, nigga.
Since you had all these
timeouts, you can't do that with him.
Here's the timeouts you had in all those games.
Right. I'm interested to see what he does because I think that job to me was the one if I was a head coach, that's the one I would have wanted the most.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted the most. Definitely.
Yeah. Liam Cohen. Yep. Spurned the Buccaneers and took the Jaguars job
after they fired
Trip Box. So obviously, what happened was Cohen interviewed for the Jacksonville Jaguars job.
Yep, he seemed like the guy that they were going for.
He turned it down. Wink, wink. Primarily because of Trent Baalke. Yep. Says he'll return to the Buccaneers. Tell the Buccaneers I'm coming back. Yep. Right, and they were going to make him the highest. I want to get my words right. I think it was just offensive coordinator, but it could be highest coordinator ever.
Gotcha.
In the history of football. They fired Trent Baalke, and he go.
Back it up.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm getting a call. Before he started, hold on. I'm getting a call.
Really?
You know what I'm saying?
Really? All right, yeah. Hold on one sec. I got to go talk to somebody real quick.
Right.
I make a quick drive down to Jacksonville.
Yeah. And now he's the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. This will be interesting. I think people are banking on the fact that Tampa Bay's offense didn't look like absolute garbage, which I guess they were expecting it to look like that this year.
I think they were expecting not this year. Remember, he was there last year.
True, yeah.
So he was the head coach. He was OC post, Tom Brady, whatever. Yeah. I think they were expecting them to kind of fall off, and the fact that they won the NFC South, which isn't that difficult, back-to-back years, and the offense looked good, and Baker looked good. Yeah. I think, and remember they had injuries too. Yeah. Remember Evans missed some time. Godwin got knocked out for the season. And the fact that they were still able to figure out ways to win, the emergence of a guy like Bucky Irving, despite having Rashad White in the backfield, I think that kind of helped his resume amongst the inner circles of the NFL.
But good for him. We'll see. I still think Jacksonville just has too many cultural problems that they'll ever be successful. I just don't think Shad Khan knows what he's doing as an owner. But we'll see.
Well, it comes down to Trevor Lawrence.
That's true.
You know, I like their receiver. They got Brian Thomas Jr., the rookie. He played really well. I had him in fantasy. He held his own. They got a nice running back thing right now. Because Tank Bigsby kind of took over. He took a lot of snaps from Travis Etienne. Yeah. So we'll see what kind of happens there. But it's going to come down to Trevor Lawrence. Is he the guy or not?
That's true.
And if I'm Liam Cohen, I will tell the Jaguars, don't you hitch my bandwagon to him.
True.
I call it the Sean Payton special. Yeah. That's y'all problem.
Yeah.
Y'all be on the hook for this.
You paid him. Yeah.
That would be a part of my thing. If he flames out, if I try to do it the same thing I did with Baker, and he flames out, I want your word that it's his ass.
Yeah.
Not mine.
That's not on me. You can't blame that on me.
Yeah, he's been this. I'll be his third coach.
Yep.
Right, because he had Meyer.
Yeah, I'll be his third coach in 5 years?
Yeah, Peterson, and now he has me. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, it got to be him.
Yeah.
We can't keep firing us for him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna be the main test of this Jaguars thing, right? Because we'll see what happens with there. Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Has been brought out of his sarcophagus.
Yeah. They raised the mummy.
Yeah. At 73 years old, he will be the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Your thoughts on that?
If he can establish a culture that's just better than that they've had in the past couple of years, I think we'll be a success.
20 years.
Yeah. 20 years. Yeah, you're right. 20 years.
Yeah.
If he can just establish something that sticks, I think they'll be fine.
So here's my thoughts on this Pete Carroll hire. I don't believe it's a long-term hire.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe it's exactly what you said. Come in, get us kind of rewrite the ship.
Yeah.
Right? You know, these are the plans, the floor plans or whatever. Fix it up.
Yep.
Take this down. No, that's wrong. Do this. Get it kind of back in order. That way, when it comes time for us to kind of get back into like actual contention, we can figure this out. Because I don't think people got to remember, it don't matter how good they are. You're in a division where 3 teams make the playoffs.
Yep.
And not only that, Pete Carroll was good, but your coach has won 3 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Right. Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl.
Yep. John Gruden or Jim Harbaugh went to one with the 49ers.
Right. And just won that championship in Michigan. So you're going to the most stacked head coaching division in all of football right now. So I think, to me, it's not about now.
Yeah.
It's about the future. Get us on the right course.
Yep.
Set us on the right path. That way, when we do get the right guy in or the future coaching, because honestly, I could see them bumping him up into like an
office role.
Yeah, like, all right, bro, just set us straight. That way we can get this thing back in order, and we can get a nice, like you said, culture ecosystem established in place, and then we can move forward from there.
Yeah.
Because right now we're just a hot mess, and we really don't know what to do. We just been, from
Gruden
to McDaniels. It's just been a lot going on,
yeah.
and we need to establish something in Vegas.
Yep.
Because we haven't been able to do that. So if you can help us get that, do what you did in Seattle.
Yeah.
Do that here. Because remember, he resurrected USC.
Yep.
Seattle. Now do it here.
Yeah, do that here. And the Raiders will be fine. Like I said, it's not about winning a bunch of games at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just
because they won't.
Not
in that division.
Let's just get a culture that's let's compete with all the teams in the division at least.
Right.
That's all. If I'm Mark Davis and Tom Brady, that's what I want to see. Let's get us on the right path, like you said, and then when the next coaching hires come out, then we'll bring in the next new guru coach or whatever with the right quarterback and all of that.
Right.
But let's just set something up for the future.
Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys?
Have decided to hire Brian Schottenheimer. Now you may be asking yourself,
who is he?
Brian Schottenheimer. Why does it sound Schottenheimer? No, not Marty.
Nope.
Marty, God rest his soul, is no longer with us.
Yeah.
This is his son. No resume. No nothing. He just showing up draws and all.
Yep.
Yeah. Butt ass.
Butt ass.
That's what the resume says.
Yeah,
nothing.
ass.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we are.
You're right.
He's been elevated.
He was the OC. It's gonna
sound cynical. But if I'm a Cowboys fan, man, I can't wait till Jerry's kind of out of this organization. I'm not gonna say
if I out of his organization,
he's kind of out of the organization.
if by out of his organization, because he says because he's the owner.
I know.
So by out of his organization, you mean
whether he leaves voluntarily or God says it's time.
Okay.
So
a realm.
Yeah.
When his spirit tells him, hey,
it's time to go. God comes down and says, all right, Jerry, it's been real.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, another uninspiring hire.
Yeah.
Right?
To Mark McCarthy's credit, I think he did a good job despite the circumstances.
Yeah, I agree.
But even then, it's just like I want something different.
Yeah.
I want somebody who's going to give me some hope, some excitement. I'm not excited. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not really excited about Dak Prescott and his contract. We only have CeeDee Lamb really as a receiver. The defense is really, really good, but it gets hurt a lot. I'm just not excited. And I don't know, this hire doesn't make me excited.
And it makes it worse is 2 teams from your division are going to be competing to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The only team that's worse than us are the Giants.
Right. And we're not going to be in the same company as them.
No.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we're the only team in the NFC this millennium who hasn't been to an NFC championship
That
game.
was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I could not believe that they were the only that's because they've been competitive.
Yeah.
They've had really good teams. I don't know. And this is no knock against Brian Schottenheimer because he could be good, right? Again, he's the son of Marty Schottenheimer, who was a very successful coach. I think he's the winningest coach that's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
But he never won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So he knows something. He got to know something.
Yeah.
Fun fact: he did coach in St. Louis.
Yes.
The Rams twice on 2 separate occasions.
Yep.
So
Coach the Chiefs.
He did it.
Martin or Brian?
Brian.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian coached the St. Louis Rams twice.
Oh wow.
Yeah, once in the '90s, and then once right before they
moved
to LA. Yeah, so he knows something. So we'll see. I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, I'm not
casting this person on him.
Bashing it. It's just if I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm just like
meh.
Yeah.
It's no different than a lot of their hirings post Jimmy Johnson have kind of been. Meh.
It's on the same lines of a Jason Garrett.
Yeah,
it feels the same way.
Jason Garrett, Dave Campo. It's just like okay, like, huh?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Anyway, guys, that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Oden. Follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Oden. Bryce going to tell him.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, you didn't hear from the horse's mouth. I listen to Ask Who Told You. We out. Peace.